My name is Veia and I'm here planning my own magic into my everyday life. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's video is going to be a monthly plan with me in my Erin Condren Softbound. That is going to include my notes page setup and my productivity page setup. And I'm also going to be sharing a little bit of my setup in some of the other planners that I use in my everyday life. It's quite a few, I know, but they each serve different functions. So if you're interested on seeing how I prepare for my month in all of my planners, then please keep watching. So first I'm going to show you the supplies that I have with me here. I'm going to be using my Erin Condren monthly designer sticker books, and I'm just going to tear the pages out of here for the May colors. I do use the monthly sticker books to color code, and then I basically take any stickers that I have that fit that color from my other parts of my stash to use. Actually also have some old pages from prior monthly versions of this same book from Erin Condren to use. So anything left over, I add to my current planning. I also have some Erin Condren, what are these called? I think these are just the classic designer sticker books, the ones that they release every year with the new designs. I have a couple of those. I have the In Bloom one and the Harmony one. So any peach colored or matching stickers out of here that will go along with the color scheme, I'll go ahead and be pulling those out. And I also have some stickers that I made on my own for my own individual purposes. So I have some like title stickers for different sections of my productivity page. These are for my content planner. I have some days of the week in various fonts, as well as a couple of things for my meal planner. So I'm going to be using those as well. And if you've never watched one of my monthly Plan With Me videos on my channel before, my Plan With Me video style is a mixture of kind of a chit chat and sped up. So it takes me a long time to plan, especially my monthly Plan With Me, and I don't want you sitting down for 3 hours with me trying to watch me do that. So I will basically do a section in a time lapse, and then I'll either explain before or after my mentality on how I do it. So you get to watch me plan for sure, but it's not going to take ages. But I also, you know, for either planner newbies or if you're just looking for new inspo on how to use different parts of your planner, I'll also kind of check in and tell you why I went about some of my plans the way that I did. So we're going to start with I'm going to go ahead and start with the monthly page first, and then I'll jump back to this page. So if you have been on my channel before, you do know that I white out and redate my calendar spread because I like for my weeks to start out the same way in my month at a glance as I do in the week, which is with a Monday, and these start with a Sunday. So I'm going to white out the days and white out the dates and then redate it. And I typically will use like either an Erin Condren dual tip marker, or sometimes I have what are they called? Date dots. Sorry, my words are all jumbled today. Sometimes I have date dots that I can use to cover the dates instead of having to rewrite them all. So we will see. But first I'm gonna start by whiting everything out. All right, so I found some metallic date dots that I had in my stash from Erin Condren. So since the May sticker sheets also have rose gold, I decided to use those. And then I did my day script stickers and I had to do a little sticker surgery on the Y because I tore it, of course. And so now what I'm gonna do is set up all of my appointments and events and things like that using various stickers. So this is the part that usually takes the longest for me because I'm like glancing at my calendar, but I'm also like fishing around for stickers. So again, I'm going to speed it up and then I'll come back and check in when I'm done. Okay, so I went ahead and laid down stickers for pretty much everything that I would put on my spread, and then I'll come in and I'll come back and fill in the pin after. So basically, the system that I use for choosing stickers is any like square or rigid shape is like an appointment or event, something that is already set in stone, and then circles or like round shaped stickers are what I use for fun things. So just examples, I have like therapy appointments, I have a doctor's appointment, I have fittings and stuff for our son's recital. Our recital is the 27th. That's like the celebratory fun part of the event, but then there's appointments that go along with preparing for that. So when I look at my monthly spread at a glance, I automatically know when I see squares like this, it's like obligatory, something that I really need to make sure I get done and handled or get to. And then these are more like fun plans. They're still planned and they're gonna happen, but they're not like, I don't know how to explain it. I guess these are more like adulting, and then this is like fun and memory making or family stuff. So I hope that makes sense. So that is set up. Then on the sidebar, I like to do a bucket list. But I haven't had time to think on my bucket list right now. Honestly, not in the mood. So I'm going to save that for a little bit later when I'm feeling a little bit more inspired. The only thing that I do know that would go on here for sure is a end of school year brunch that I want to have. So just an idea for something that I would put over here. That's one of them, an end of the school year brunch. Sometimes we put movies we want to see. Sometimes my son will put that he wants to go a certain place, and that's what will go over here. So when I get done setting everything up, I might have a better idea of what I want to put over there. So now I'm going to go, how do I want to do this? Do I want to do this over here? Yeah. So now I'm going to go onto this notes page. This is my home task manager, and I'm going to set it up in the same way that I have been. I'm going to do a quadrant to make a kind of like an organized brain dump of my monthly home maintenance checklist over here, and then I'll put home projects that I want to get done over here, and I'll basically be going back and checking off anything I got done from April and moving over anything that I did not get done into May. So it's just like a brain dump and to-do list for different home projects that follows me all through my planner. I just like to track like how long it's taking, or if I didn't get to do it, I can kind of relate it to my plans to indicate as to why it didn't get done and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this page up, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like in the end. Okay, so this is what I have so far. I'll fill it in later when I go back and forth between April to actually transfer over my plans, but I typically use this to set up the monthly section of like things I need to do in my home to keep things maintained. So like changing filters, doing our budget, taking inventory of our groceries and things like that. They go over here. If there's any extra things we need to do, like our filters expiring for our fridge or microwave, I'll put that over here as well. Okay, so this is how my productivity page turned out. I actually did this part first this time. I typically don't. And I decided to use this font this month. I used a different one last month. I tried to switch them up. These are just fonts that I found in Cricut Design Space, by the way. This one's called Flannel Shirt Script, I think, and this one's called I think this is the Container label, the Container Store label font. And again, it's in Cricut Design Space. So I use this section for tracking several things. So memories is one, and I am going to go back into April and use my Canon Zip to do my memory plans. They're just photo stickers basically after I finish my monthly planning. because it's not quite made yet. It's 2 days away, so I'll do that then. But anyway, so up here I do work deadlines. So I use a teacher planner at my job. I keep it at my job. I don't bring it home typically until like summer break, but I do like to keep the main, like really important things that stand out to me, that need to stand out to me, on this little section right here. And there's usually about 3 or 4 of them. I use this section for my chore routine. I use this section for my AM and PM routine, and then this is my currently section. This has not changed. I've really been loving this system for a long time, so that has not changed. If you've seen my previous plan with me's, this has looked almost identical, just in different colors. So that is my setup. I don't typically do my pen fill-in, just because I do tend to have more sensitive stuff on my monthly plan, since it has a lot of my family's information on here as well. But on this page I do share, and I've been liking to share plans off of the page on my Instagram and TikTok. So if you're not following me over there, go ahead and go check those pages out. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, as well as YouTube. So whichever platform is your favorite, go ahead and connect with me over there. I would love for us to be friends. So one thing about planning monthly is, once I plan monthly in my catch-all planner, I can then use those plans and transfer them into my various other planners that I need for my life. Okay, so here is the planner that I use for my monthly meals. It is the productivity planner that was released a bit ago from Erin Condren. So I'm going to set it up for May, but first I'm going to do a little cover change to make it fit better with the season. And I'm going to be using this one. This is actually my first time using this one, I think, from Erin Condren. This was this one a summer seasonal surprise box? I think it was. And I had it all with a whole bunch of other covers, so it looks like it's been used, but it really haven't. Okay, so that is on. It's so pretty, and I just think it's so appropriate because this is our last month of school, and I still work, but you know, once school gets out, it's kind of like you can, you know, relax a little bit, and then I get out in June, so we'll be free. Us and our kiddo will be free together. And so I don't do a lot of decorating in this planner, but I do use it for my meal plans. Let me give you a quick flip through of what it looks like bare bones. It's just an undated calendar. This is a habit tracker page with a productivity notes page. These are more like productivity or checklist pages, and then just 2 blank notes pages, or technically 4. And so I've converted this planner into my meal planner. And did I show that in a YouTube video? No, I showed that on my Instagram and my TikTok. I did like a transformation of it being a meal planner in that post. And that's one thing I love about undated planners, is you can basically use them for whatever makes sense for you. And that's definitely what I did with this one. And with, you know, planner launch season being upon us, a lot of people will be getting the planners that they may have ordered. If you ordered on launch day, then your planner should be arriving in the next week or 2. And you know, some people are new to planners this year, or Erin Condren, or some combination of the 2. So I just really want to share the various ways that I use these different planners in my life, so people could get ideas on how they could use their own. And you don't have to use multiple planners. You could just as easily keep your meal plans in the catch-all planner that you have, if that's what you got. You could honestly do it in a notebook too if you wanted to, but I do it in this. I like to have the separate planner, and it becomes like a reference book for me once I'm finished with it. So I love it. So these are the stickers that I created for this book, and I want to say I have some more too. Yes, I do, because these aren't the label ones. Hold on, they're actually in the back. I had forgotten. So love that I can keep all of my like resources with my book. Okay, so basically I made these stickers so that I could customize this productivity planner, and I don't think this one's for sale, but anytime they have like undated planners on Erin Condren that, you know, are like a trial, I suggest you grab one if you can. because they make really great like books that you're like, oh, I need to start tracking something very specific to me, and then boom, you have a planner that you can use to track that, because you may not want to put it in your main planner. And that's what happened with this planner, is I really wanted to keep track of my inventory, because it's hard for me to do my inventory. It's not hard for me to do it, it's just when I'm doing it, it's like, okay, what's the best way for me to do this? And then, you know, it's like I could have a notebook and I could write everything down, but why do that when I could easily write everything down and then just use the same method that I use in my other book and transfer over what I know? So essentially what I do with this checklist page is I'll write down what I have in each section, and then I will check off when I use one up. I was circling these little circles to say how many meals worth of these I have, or different measurements depending on what it is. And then when I use it, I would put a line through it. And so what the heck is going on with my stickers today? I've been having to do a lot of sticker surgery today, and it's just not it. Sometimes I'll be wanting to throw these stickers away, but I don't want to do that. But this sticker paper is a little bit more fragile since it's transparent. Okay, good as new. So I'm not gonna do this on camera because I also, you know, need to go into my kitchen and stuff to get the things that are not written down from last month, like things that I may have bought throughout the month. But this page will be ready for whenever I do. So I put a to buy list because as I run out of things that we typically need, I like to go ahead and throw it on this list. And this is actually easy for me because I just use my Amazon product. I'm not gonna say her name because she's gonna start ear hustling, but I use that and track my shopping list off of there. And then on these pages, I also just add more little to buy lists. So I'll go ahead and do that really quick. And these are basically for, and I don't think I'm gonna use them all, but what I use these for is when I have like specialty parties, like I mentioned in my monthly planning, I wanna do a end of school year brunch. I did a back to school brunch at the start of the school year, and we packed school lunches. So I thought about doing like an end of school brunch to celebrate the fact that the kids are out for summer. And so I'll probably buy little cute things that will go along with whatever that theme or vibe is, whatever I'm feeling. There'll probably be something like the grill, and then like maybe snow cones or popsicles or something. And so I would put those items on a to buy list, and I'll just write next to it like end of school brunch, so that I know what this grocery list is for. And then if I need another grocery list, I'll put it somewhere else. This would also work really well if you buy your groceries weekly. I don't tend to do that because I shop in bulk, but if you buy your groceries weekly and you just have some things you need to pick up, you could also put them on here. There are also things that I do pick up maybe bi-weekly if I need to, but I freeze everything, so typically I don't have to go into the grocery stores, which is how I prefer it. So yeah, but you can use those lists for anything. And then probably my favorite part of this little setup that I created was the party menu planner page, which could honestly just be set up in any notebook. You don't have to have a special planner for it. But I made this page, and I made these stickers because there are certain things that I'm not going to rewrite every time I sit down to do stuff like this. Oh no, some of these stuck together. Okay, hold on, let me grab my little scissors. So yeah, I don't like writing things over and over, especially when they're just repeating. So I made these stickers up, and I absolutely love them. And this is one of my favorite fonts. If you do have Cricut Design Space, this font is called DTC Brown Sugar, I think, or it might be DTC Autumn Sunshine, but I really love it for so many different things. It's so cute. I actually use it as the font for my labels in my kitchen that I made myself as well. So it looks really good, like blown up. What's the other part? Oh, so yeah, I just go ahead and put this down. Right now I only know of one, you know, situation that I want to plan, so I'm not going to use up all my stickers and set up every notes page this way, because then that would just be a waste of the stickers. Of course I put it on Cricut. That would just be a waste of the stickers, so I'm not gonna do that. but I am going to put this one down. And also just so you can have an idea of what it would look like. And if you haven't heard me say it on my channel before, I am a theme girl. So literally when there's something going on, I go all out. So when it comes to an end of the school year brunch, for example, I'm going to theme it out as best as I can. So to me, that means like summer kickoff vibes. So we're gonna have, you know, pool vibes, grill vibes, maybe some beach vibes. I don't know, just everything that can indicate that it's summer and we don't have to go back to school, or at least the kids don't, for a while. So I would go ahead and, you know, get on Pinterest and find all sorts of cute little on theme drinks, appetizers, food, and desserts and stuff like that, if it fits. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the monthly planning. And this, as far as decorating, I don't do a lot of decorating. I just go ahead and use a colorful pen or marker because I don't want to waste a lot of time decorating this. And this planner I do leave in the Sunday to Saturday spread, because while my regular week or my work week in my brain is a Monday to Sunday, my meal plan week is a Sunday to Saturday, because I need my meals to be planned and prepared for my upcoming week that would start on Sunday. So and when I show you my meal bank here in a second, you will see what I mean a little bit more. And if you notice, I'm doing more of this section in real time because I just really want you to get a feel for how quick and easy it is for me to set it up. I think people see like a lot of planners being set up at one time and they're like, see, I can never do that, it would take too long. But in all actuality, once your main planner is set up, you're pretty much good to go with everything else. Everything else is just like placing things down. All right, so as far as my actual meal plan, I'm not going to plan it on camera in this video, and that is just because I'm in the middle of a seasonal reset for my meal plan, which I may have mentioned when I was talking about my home task management page. But I do want to give you an idea of what I do. So I have my catch-all planner right here in front of me, and what I would do is I would take this gray marker and I would write down my life plans in here in gray, and I can try to do a couple so that you can get an idea. I'll do this first week. So Wednesday I do have therapy. I don't mind sharing that. And this isn't always the case, but this month I just have a few sensitive things going on, so I don't want to put those on camera just yet. And then I have a service appointment for my car on Thursday. And then I have Knott's Berry Farm trip with my job on the 6th. So I don't write down every single plan in my meal planner, but I do write the plans that would impact my ability to prepare dinner. So typically on Wednesdays we have One Pan Wednesday. I have therapy that night. So depending on if I prepped my One Pan Wednesday meal ahead of time on Sunday or not, I just know by looking at this week that I have therapy that day. So I can just basically keep that in mind while I'm planning my meals and thinking about when I'm going to prep my food. The same thing for this. I don't know when I'm going to get home from this service appointment for my car. So I'm going to want to plan my meal, my meal prep and my dinners around that. Just making sure that, my family will have easy access to whatever's in the fridge for dinner. And sometimes it is just as easy as having the leftovers in the fridge, but sometimes it's like, there's different parts of the meal that need to be prepared a certain way. And I may just either steer clear of that for this night's meal, or I'll have it already ready. And then I'm actually going to be out of town without my family on this Saturday. So, that's a day where I want to make sure that I have things very readily available in the fridge and freezer for them to be able to prepare their own meal. I'm the main meal provider in our home, so that's why if it sounds like it's so heavily on me, that is why. That just happens to be the way our family flows. So I'll put all of my plans in gray, like I said, and then I would go in with different colors and follow my color-coded meal bank. So this is my monthly meal bank, and it is set up and broken down by themed meals, and I decided on those themes based on which nights of the week I wanted to cook, if need be. Sometimes I will cook everything before the week starts, but I also really wanted to make sure I have meals on here that if I didn't get an opportunity to do that on the weekend, that they were easy meals that I could make throughout the week. So Sunday we have soul food, so I would take my red marker and I would write in the ones that were most appropriate for this month in our life. So, you know, if I know that I'm not going to be back in town until midnight on Saturday the 6th, I'm not going to plan to make a 5-course soul food dinner on the 7th because I'm not going to have time and probably not energy for that. So I'm going to make sure I have something easy, or maybe even something from the freezer to cook on that day that still falls under my soul food Sunday meal bank list. And then I would do the same thing for Taco Tuesday, the same thing for One Pan Wednesday, and the same thing for Fake Out Friday. And I would just color code them throughout the month. And then if there are any ingredients that I know we're low on, then I would go ahead and write them down in one of my weekly checklists, and then my meals will be planned for the month. Now, I do have a video up on my channel about how I came up with this, but I am going to be updating it soon. So if you're interested in getting organized around your meal planning in your home with your family, or if you're just a single person, this would be really helpful to just kind of take the thought and the guesswork out of meal planning. Then make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified by YouTube when I upload that video. For now, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next planner that I want to show you for my monthly setup. All right, so the next planner is my Harmony Colorful planner that I use for my son. This is part of my kiddo yearbook stack that I've been doing since he started kindergarten, where I basically plan kind of more from his perspective of life. And, you know, I put all his little appointments and stuff in here, but I also use it to track memories from his perspective, and then like stats like height and weight and things like that every month. And then I also use the pages to like journal. So basically I like journal day to day in here from a parenting perspective. I'm going to set up the monthly right now though for him of May, which I already started pre-planning. So some stuff is already down. So I also don't bother to redate this one only because I think that even from a momming perspective, I think of it as like Sunday is our prep day and he does chores and things. So I just didn't do that. But anyway, so I pre-planned with my friction, whatever this is called, friction synergy. So I'm gonna erase the pre-plans basically, because I had pretty much done that before I had even pre-planned in my catch-all planner. So I had to quickly drop those things down so I didn't forget. And in this planner, I just use the stickers that come in the back typically. Sometimes I'll reach for something else in my stash, but these usually are enough. So I'll go in and put his like, you know, weekly routine stuff. So like the classes he has on repeating days. I don't like to fill up my planner with those things, but I do like to put them in here. And I'm so sorry guys, but I lost my footage for everything before this shot right here. So I tried to slow it down so you can see as much of it as possible. But I basically just planned for everything, replaced everything I wrote with stickers, and made his chore list. And then this is how the productivity pages turned out. I was just saying I'll rewrite that section and gather all of his, you know, numbers and things, make his shopping list versus, you know, as far as what he needs versus what he wants to get, like a mini wish list. And then I'll plan the memories at the end of the month, just like I do in my planner, but from his perspective. And it's usually just 1 or 2 pictures, but that's fine. And this is how everything turned out. So this is a planner that I actually ended up getting for, it was supposed to be a gift to someone, but they didn't end up being able to take it. And so I just used it. It is a horizontal planner, but I realized I don't like using it for content creating planning. But I did order this planner in the version that I think I will like in the recent launch, so that I can use the system that I believe will work for me now. It's just the weekly planning will not work for me, and that's because it's horizontal. And while I liked the horizontal for my parent planner because I can journal, I do not like it for content planning, especially as a beginner. I just really need it to be broken down in the ways of a plan. So I'm just going to show you what I already have set up. So basically, again, I have the month at a glance. And these stickers are only down because I brainstormed these ideas. So essentially, I will do the same thing with this as I kind of do with my meal planner, where I'll take my gray marker and I'll write in my regular life plans. And then I'll basically, use those plans to brainstorm ideas. And so on this page, I brainstormed some ideas based on my different content pillars. And then I take the brainstormed ideas and put them down as these sort of stickers in the color that matches the pillar to a day that I think I can actually reasonably get the video out. So these stickers are meant to show when the video would post. So hopefully this video would be posted by Monday the 1st. And one thing that I have been telling myself, and I'm glad I got to get this practice in with this planner, this like mock trial sort of planner, is that it doesn't have to be a solid plan. This is all a brainstorming sort of planner. Like, yes, I want to plan it out, I want to prepare for it, but if it doesn't happen, I really have been trying to practice forgiving myself because, as I said, I'm a beginner content creator. I'm by no means an expert. I have a regular day job. I'm a parent. Like, real life is happening all the time. So that's why I like to copy my life plans into here and then plan the content, instead of like planning content over here and planning my life over there. And then I'm trying to make the two meet when I can. And that just hasn't been working for me in the past, obviously. So this has been kind of working for me. I've been able to be a little more consistent with everything I post. And then on this side, I can show you this side because there's nothing on it. It's nice and clear. I again made some stickers for my different areas. And this is actually what started this whole planner. Is I came up with like a workflow for making content, everything that I need to do from start to finish to get a video up, and even a little bit of what to do after. So this kind of inspired this whole system. And if you're a beginner content creator and you're interested in like getting ideas or sharing ideas about, trying to plan to get content out there more consistently, then comment down below and let me know, because I definitely could use any insight others have. And let me know if you have any questions about this. But basically, yeah, I just set up a space for all things content related. So I put my goals for the month, which I have been finding is really helpful and important, and just a little bit of reflecting on what I'm doing. And then I am an Erin Condren affiliate, so whenever I lead someone over to the Erin Condren website and they use my link to go to the website and make purchases or create an EC Insider account, it lets Erin Condren know that I'm liking what I'm seeing and using, and you are taking my recommendations. So if you're considering shopping, please use my link in my banner on my YouTube page or in my profile. But anyway, because I'm an EC affiliate, we do get basically a preview of their upcoming products and things like that, collaborations, etc. And so typically I would list them here with the date that they're going to release, as well as the date that we can talk about those items, because sometimes we can't talk about them until certain dates. And I'll list them here, and then here I put my analytics, so I'll write down where my current numbers are on my platforms and how much they've increased since the previous month. And then that is the only time I look at my analytics, because I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on sharing my content with everyone from an organic space and literally talk about planning my own magic into my everyday life, because that's what my content is about, the planners and things that I use every day. And then this section is just, again, giving myself a space for grace to actually be added into the steps of creating content. If I don't get to some of my ideas that I planned out on my brainstorming page, then I can definitely put them for next month. And you know, that just reminds me like, hey, don't beat yourself up if you didn't get a video out that you wanted to get out. Move it to the next month. It's okay. God willing, life is still going on in the next month. So I'll write those things here. And then just a little idea as to how I content plan. Again, this is not my planning jam when it comes to the layout, but I essentially will take a video. So say I want to put a video out on Sunday. I will put the video here where I want it to go, and then I'll backtrack the workflow. So I will have, let me see, again, try and explain it really quick, but so the upload color is this color right here. So in upload and promote are kind of, they're going the same day. So I would put the video, let's say I want to put my launch order unboxing, I would put that here and I would highlight it that color, and then I would backtrack the workflow to make sure that I work on it in a way that will make it possible to do that. So I'll do, when am I designing my thumbnails? Maybe I'll put that Saturday. And then when am I gonna edit? I'll probably put that Friday, Wednesday, and Tuesday, because those are the nights that I can edit. Filming and snapping, that would probably be either Monday or the week before. So that's kind of how I use this planner. But again, that's just the trial part. I've been able to try everything else. Everything else works, but except for this horizontal, I need it to be vertical because that's how I plan in my everyday life. I use an hourly for my catch-all planner, like I said, but I've just been using this because it's what I had. I didn't want to order, you know, something else when I wasn't even sure how to content plan to begin with. But it was great practice. So make sure you stay tuned to my channel so you can see how I set up my official content planner when I do get my launch order. And you know what? I forgot to change my cover on this. I did want to change my cover, so let me do that really quickly and I'll come back and show you what I changed it to. All right, I got that switched out. And being that it is May, and if you did not know, I am a huge Disney nerd. I'm a Star Wars kid. I'm a comic book kid. Yes, my YouTube handle and platform handle, Planning My Own Magic, definitely has to do with Disney, Hogwarts, all things like, honestly, anything Black nerd, period. I am definitely a Black nerd. I am a Black nerd's child. My father was a Black nerd. So shout out to the Blurred Alliance. But anyway, it is May, and I'm not going to say it yet because it's not May the 4th yet. But just know, this is absolutely intentional. And yes, it is going to stay on here for the whole month of May. And I just thought it was so perfect because of the peachy color too. It kind of matches the monthly spreads for May, even though I wouldn't use that this much in this planner because I use my color coding for my neutral stickers, but it still goes to me. And the quote is just really motivational and inspirational to me as far as it being on my content planner, just reminding myself that I am a force to be reckoned with and that I have good ideas, and to continue sharing them with you all here on my channel. And with that being said, thank you again for being here, for watching this video. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And again, I would love for you to connect over there on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever your jam is. So please go ahead and check out my banner so that you can get the links to those profiles. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye.